So I just got my tongue pierced recently, it's almost 2 weeks ago, and I did not think about really how painful it would be before I did it. Did not think about the consequences. I mean, I kind of looked it up online a little bit, and all I found, I just kind of glanced at stuff. They're just like, oh, the tongue heals really fast, like it's no big deal. And I thought about it, it's true, because like if you probably burn your tongue all the time, and the next day it's totally fine. Like your tongue does heal very fast. And when it got done, it really didn't hurt that bad. It wasn't that big of a deal. It really wasn't that big of a deal until that same day when I got it done. I tried to eat. I did not think about this at all. The person who did it didn't really talk about like, hey, you can't eat like solid foods for a while. I don't know if it's like this for everyone, but like my girlfriend took me to do it, and she didn't want me to do it either. Like she was actually kind of mad at me. But when we got home, she cooked like chicken and rice, and I didn't think about it at all. Because it didn't really hurt that bad. Probably part of it was the painkiller. When they did it, they sprayed like a painkiller onto my tongue. I didn't even realize it was a painkiller when they did it, but they just spray a thing on, it's like a painkiller, and then they grab your tongue with these pincers, and the pincers have a hole in the middle, and they just stick the needle. Forget if she probably did it upwards, it might have been downwards, I can't remember, but they just stick it through, and then when they pull it out, they follow it through with the piercing. But anyway, once I went to eat, I was like, oh my shit, she made a salad. I took a bite of the salad. It was so fucking painful trying to eat. So it was so bad. I took like the chicken, and I took the salad too and made a separate smoothie. But I took the chicken and the rice and put it in the blender so I could drink it. It was ridiculous. And then luckily my girlfriend was super nice, and she made me like soups and stuff throughout the week. I think it was not until the sixth day I ate normally again. I had to eat very slow. And by the 7th or 8th day, I can completely eat normally again. I went out and bought chips and like apples. It felt so good to be able to just eat solid foods again. Like I did not think about how painful it'd be. I really researched it all before I did it. I just kind of went and did it. I don't know. Sometimes it's just fun to just do something and just not really think about the consequences, you know? Especially with something like a tongue piercing. I mean, I guess obviously it could get infected, but I think it's very rare that happens. So it's something, you know, the worst that could happen is like, you know, with me, probably I just have to deal with some pain that I didn't anticipate. And I mean, really, I could have, if I wanted to too, if I just didn't feel like dealing with the pain, I could have just taken the piercing out, and it, you know, probably would have healed and been comfortable a lot faster. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to stick with it and see how I liked it. And a lot of people ask me why I did it. I don't know. I just the thing that kind of triggered my want was I was listening to a Mexican singer, Luis Miguel. I got into him a lot, and I saw a live video he did, and it was one when he was younger and he had a tongue piercing. I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. I was like, I want to get one of those now. And I think part of the reason I was into it and like Luis Miguel is because I know my girlfriend likes him a lot. He's like her favorite singer. She had a big crush on him. That kind of made me want to do it. But like I was saying, my girlfriend didn't even want me to get it done anyway, but I still wanted to get it done. And I think part of the reason I want it too is because I don't want a piercing like that that's like visible all the time. And with the tongue piercing, it is like, it's completely hidden. Like it's something kind of crazy and sort of vulgar in a way, but it's just totally hidden. Like I think most people, even if they're having a conversation with me, wouldn't even notice that I had it. Like it is kind of visible when I talk, but part of the reason is because when they first do it too, the piercing that they give you is very long. I think they have to do it like that because your tongue swells up so much probably when they first do it. But like, I'll show you how long it is. The one they give you when you first do it is very long like that. And I completely forgot what I was just talking about. Oh yeah, so because it's long like that, I think it is a bit more visible now probably. And it does make it a bit harder to talk. But I think I have to wait about 6 weeks to be able to change it, and then I'll be able to put a much shorter one on. I'll probably get one with smaller balls on it too, possibly. So it'll be like even less visible then. I might want to get a black one too. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Also too with the black ones, I'm not sure how like healthy or safe they are. because they probably have to put some sort of coating. I think they might do it with like a silicone coating over the metal. The one I have in now is just, it's like surgical grade, just stainless steel, so it's completely safe to have in your mouth. But yeah, another thing is too, for the first week it was definitely a bit painful to talk. Not super painful. Like I had hour long conversations with people on the phone. It wasn't that big of a deal. Just certain sounds. I think it was like when I said L's, it would kind of hurt. And one thing I've noticed is this isn't when I speak English, only with Spanish, but I still can't pronounce the R's correctly. Like I can't roll the R's like rico. I can almost have it completely back now. Like aburrido, que rico. It's not 100% though. Like I could do it better before. But I've noticed every day since it like stopped hurting, it's getting slightly better with my R's. I think part of it is probably my mouth, the muscles just have to get used to having this big thing in there and just me getting used to it. And once I can change it to a smaller one and put smaller balls in it, I think it'll be a lot better. I was actually surprised. I was trying to say the R's this morning and it wasn't as good as it is right now. I think it just keeps getting better. But I still feel like talking right now, I almost have like a tiny bit of a lisp or something like that. And definitely if it like inhibits in the long term, if I can never get rid of that a little bit of speech thing that I have, but I'm pretty sure once I switch to the smaller one, it'll completely go away. Because there's almost like, you probably can't even hear it, but I almost feel like I have a bit of a lisp almost, or like I have to work harder to not have a lisp possibly. It's hard to explain, but it just feels like it takes a little bit more effort. Like the L sounds, I think there's certain sounds that I make that are a bit harder to make. And if that never goes away, I'll definitely just get rid of the piercing. Like if it makes it so I can't really roll my R's, like saying really, the really right there, the R even in the English was a bit hard to make for some reason. But like I said, I'm pretty confident it'll completely go away. It's getting better and better. And having the long bar in my mouth is like, it's kind of a big thing to have in there. Once I get the small one, I think it'll be totally fine. So this is Friday, and going on Sunday, it'll be 2 weeks completely. Right now, there's like zero pain or tenderness at all. Like it basically, like one thing I noticed too, like you don't think about all the stuff that you do with your tongue, especially with eating, but like when you swallow, you kind of use your tongue, I think, to push the food back into your throat. And then if you're eating stuff that like gunks up in your teeth, like crackers, you really notice it. I like to use my tongue to like lick around back of my molars and stuff to get all the gunk out of there, to clean my teeth. And today, finally, I can kind of almost do that like 100%, like 95%. I can actually stretch my tongue and get it all the way in the back now. But for a while, I couldn't do that. Like it was just too painful. So like it pretty much feels like it's 100% healed right now. But apparently it takes 6 weeks to heal 100%. Another thing is you can't like, you're not supposed to like kiss, like French kiss with your tongue or make out. And you're not supposed to do like oral sex. You're supposed to wait at least 2 weeks, or you're probably supposed to wait more. I'll just go back 100% to it now. The next time I see my girlfriend, she's at her family's house now, but like I'm sure I'll just go back to normal the next time we see each other. I don't think it's a risk to the person that you're kissing. I think the reason they tell you not to is because the germs from the other person's mouth, it is a higher risk of getting you infected. But like one thing I did, especially when I very first got it done, like the first week, I was just using mouthwash like 3 times a day, because your mouth just feels really gross when you first get it done, and your tongue is all swollen. It feels so weird. Another thing that's it's totally normal, like I probably still have a little bit now, is your tongue will look super white. It gets like a white layer of gunk over the top of it. It's normal. It's nothing to worry about. It's been slowly going away. I think the reason why it does it is because, I know I saw this on one website, but it was only on one site, so I'm not sure, is that normally your tongue will rub on the roof of your mouth and that clears the gunk off of it. But since there's that ball in the way, I guess it inhibits that. It could be because of that, I'm not sure, but it's just totally normal. It's nothing to worry about. And I think mine is almost completely gone now. It's just been, after about a week, like every day, it's been noticeably better and just getting less and less with that white layer on the top of my tongue. So far I do really like it, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting the smaller one in there since it still is a little bit weird talking. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I know this video is kind of off topic, but I just thought it was kind of interesting. It was something a little bit crazy that I did, so hopefully you guys like it.